And now, live in the Madhouse studio, the two guys that have brought Madhouse TV to the nation, Tom Mele and Tommy Maher.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
All right, listen. This is a serious show tonight. Don't start with me for 1 minute.
Tonight is.
This is a serious show tonight. I got to keep a
So
straight
was the
face.
first one.
Well, it was kind of serious. I mean, I don't know. You got to remember, he hung out with Michael Jackson, so
That's true.
you know. But this is serious shit here tonight.
Believe me, I know.
We want to thank Evan. What was his last name? What was that guy's name that was here last week?
The cook?
The meat guy. What's his name?
Evan.
Evan what? Randall. Evan. We want to thank Evan Randall for being here last week. And go ahead.
Hey, the guy was phenomenal, I'll tell you that.
Did you like his meat?
Unbelievable. He had
I want to
unbelievable.
know, did you like his meat?
It was unbelievable.
Did you try it?
I ate plenty of it. And I haven't eaten meat in many moons. And I did have problems.
What did you like the best about
The
it?
brisket. Was.
You liked the brisket?
It was like, you didn't, well, we both sat here. We didn't use a knife. We're just taking a fork right through it. It was like butter.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when I went home, I actually took some of it. I put it in the, we don't have a microwave at home, by the way. We put it in the toaster oven. I cooked it up. I put a little of that sauce on there. And I ate it. I think I was eating it until like 11 o'clock at night. It was unbelievable.
It was delicious.
Did you have any left?
No.
Okay.
In my house,
But anyway, we
six
wanted-
grandsons, none.
What are you talking to him for? We're on the thing here.
My pal.
I haven't even introduced him yet.
Well, you know.
Listen, to this show tonight is we're going to change from the normal kind of crossfire that Tommy and I normally do. This is a little serious. We got some shit going on down in Washington. We've got to get the message out, and there's a lot going on. We're coming up on the anniversary of 9/11, as you know, and it's important that a lot of people understand what's about to take place down in Washington. We're going to talk about a lot of issues. We're going to revisit, and for some of you that are a little squeamish about what took place, we are going to be doing some videos, and we're going to be revisiting what happened, 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
12 years ago. And some of the video is very graphic, but at the end of the day, I think that we've gotten a lot stronger and a lot wiser. However, people continuously try to break us down and try to interfere with what America's all about. And, we just got to continue to stay strong, and we got to put a stop to it because it ain't going to happen. Anyway, before we go to commercial, anything you want to say about it? I know that you were at 9/11.
Yeah.
And you were there when they went up,
And I went,
and you were there when they came down.
Yeah.
And you remember the steam fitters.
Yes.
And what's your take on this?
Horror. Absolute horror. I think anybody that was around that day it's something that will never leave you. It was something I don't like to even think about a lot. Seen some horrible things, and
A lot of good people were perished that day, and a lot of families and futures to come.
and I didn't like how we handled it after either.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into the political aspect. We're going to get into the legal aspect of it, and we're going to talk about what we can do, here in New York and Long Island to make a difference. And when we come back, I'm going to introduce Mr. T.J. Gilmart. Mr. T.J. Gilmart. I got that right. I was worried I was going to get it right. T.J. Gilmart. He is here in the Madhouse tonight. We'll be right back after this commercial message with T.J., and we're going to talk all about what he is about ready to do, what he's involved with, and where we feel America is going with this 9/11 issue. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hot hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
All right, we're back. Listen, it's my pleasure to introduce T.J. Gilmart. TJ,
Tommy,
thanks
nice
for
to
being
meet you,
here.
Tom.
I really appreciate it.
Pleasure to have you here.
You're involved with a lot of things. You're involved with the motorcycle group.
Hard Hat Hero.
Hard Hat Heroes. Let's start off from the beginning. Hard Hat Heroes. Talk about them.
Hard Hat Heroes was a group of construction workers that responded to 9/11, to Ground Zero. I give the cops and all the firemen all the credit in the world. There were a lot of union construction workers down there. They really don't get that much credit.
Get that right.
A lot of guys got really sick. A lot of guys got sick. Some died. A lot died. Well, everybody had Harleys. So we all kind of joined together because we've been going to Washington since 2003 lobbying for the 9/11 responders. One day we said, you know what, we're going to be getting this money. Let's start a club. We'll all be able to get bikes. We can all ride together, whatever is left of our lives. We got demolition union guys, operating engineers, cement, myself, laborers, guys from DDC, from the city.
Right.
And that's how Hard Hat Hero started last year.
You know, you said something when we first started. You hear about the first responders. You're absolutely right.
I know.
You hear about the cops, the Port Authority. You hear about the firemen. You don't hear nothing about the guys that were actually digging in them trenches.
And getting to that point, I take nothing away from the cops or the
No,
firemen.
not at all. But you guys really were the heroes.
A lot more guys that were there. Well, the guys that were cleaning up. The guys that were cleaning up, you know.
But, I mean, I was in that business. Our company, we sent guys there. They were there for months, burning outfits we sent. And I don't really often talk about this, but I have been saying this since that day, that it actually makes me sick that the construction workers were really the guys that went in there and got everything. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from anybody else, but those were the guys who actually went in there
And cleaned up that
cleaned
mess.
it all up, burnt everything out, took everything out. When they found a body part of something, then everybody would come in. But these are the guys that went in there, and you never hear about them. You never do. Just like you never hear about them being killed every day.
Right.
You know, you never hear
I mean, the
about them.
firemen, the cops that were killed originally, please, I give them all,
Oh,
you know.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, you can't take anything
I
away
take
from
nothing
them
away
because
from
they
them.
No, we
did
just-
run
they
it.
should
No,
get the credit,
they
too.
get their credit.
No, I mean,
we got nothing.
construction guys.
I mean, I am still in the union, but before I retired, I was a shop steward for the Cement Masons Union, building high rises. You see these accidents, these cranes come down, the buildings collapse. When we're on a job, we hope, God forbid, I've been on 2 jobs where concrete, the floors, you know, fell out from underneath us. You hope if something seriously happens, somebody will come looking for you that you don't know. And we all ran down there, you know, thinking we're going to go help somebody. We were pouring concrete that day. We rushed down there.
That's amazing. That's
No,
amazing.
so-
You know, we're gonna talk about. I know that you guys are getting together, and the Hard Hat Heroes, this motorcycle group. They're located in Long Island. Is it, where are you guys? Where are
We
you
don't
guys?
have- we-
Do you have a clubhouse?
No,
I mean, you know, because
no.
I know a little about the biker community
Right,
and how
yes.
it works.
The president is in Boston, Home Wreckers Union. I'm sergeant at arms. I'm from Brooklyn. Vice president's out in the island out here in, I think it's Patchogue. The other guys are out here in the island. So we're scattered. We don't have a clubhouse yet.
How many people make up Hard Hat Heroes?
There's 12.
12 right now.
12 guys.
Okay, so in
And
order,
it's open
that's what I was
to
just going to
people
say.
like Tom yourself. Your construction, you were there. We would invite you to join the club. You know, because we only started a year ago.
So what does that mean?
Right.
Lawyers can't join the club? Is that
Lawyer,
what-
no,
Oh.
lawyers,
What are they, bound from the?
I
No.
should tell my lawyer joke, but I won't.
You know,
lawyers, lawyers, used car salesmen, you know, real
Forget
estate
it.
people.
You don't want them. So you just want construction people. All right, I get it. I get I get
Well,
it.
there's
Well, we
there's
could
a
do-
bond.
you
that-
could-
No, that's right.
We need somebody to clean the
drop the
bikes.
seed. You
Somebody
drop the
can polish
seed.
it.
I
Jail.
see, but I'll tell you one thing.
But we
when
do
you
need
need
us.
us. Oh yeah, it comes up when you need. Who do you call?
We might need you this weekend down in Washington
Yeah,
next
see,
week.
but we can't join the club, but that's okay. No, I get it. But anyway, listen, I want to start this show off by giving the people that are watching the show, I want to go back to September 11, 2001.
Okay.
People were doing their normal life. They were going about their business. I remember where I'm at. Everybody knows where they were. That's over the age of 16
Right.
at the time that those planes hit. And Janine, if you can, I want to run the video, the first video of as those planes came into the tower. So watch this. We're going to be right back. This is just this is going to key up, and I want you to get a feeling of why what is about to happen in Washington is imperative, and why it's so important, and why this run down to Washington is going to hopefully make a difference. Janine, run the clip. We'll be right back.
Où ça? Où ça? Ah ouais.
Okay. When you see that, you were there, what goes through your head?
What goes through my head? We were pouring concrete up on, I don't know if it was Little West 12th or something like that day, right off the west side, right by the meat market area. And a friend of mine, Dominic, was the foreman. I was the steward. And the first plane came flying over. We saw it. And we continued on the concrete. We saw the smoke, and then the second one came. Oh, stop her right in the concrete. Every shut this job down. We got to get down there. What? You don't even want to know what comes into my head. First thing, when I went down there, we were pulling a fire truck out. My brother-in-law has a scrapyard in Brooklyn. So the Chief Fellini from the fire department, who I was working with down there, asked me, can you get a tow truck to get these fire trucks out of here? Called up the junkyard in Brooklyn, send the big wreckers. They came down, police escort from Canarsie. And we lifted up the ladder 3, the one that's in the memorial. And when I went underneath that truck to put the chains on it, there was a fireman's boot under there. It fell out of the chassis. You know how you hook the J chains under under the rear axle. And what happened? The boot come down and hit me, but the poor fireman's foot was still in it.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
You know, they talk about who did this and why they did this. And the first thing that comes to mind is Osama bin Laden.
Right.
He's a Muslim.
Correct.
Okay. And we're gonna go slow on this because I've got some problems with this, all right, that I'm hoping you can answer. They say that the Muslims were involved with this, Osama bin Laden.
Correct.
Who actually did it. I want to continue the conversation by Janine going to the second clip of the pandemonium that then took place after these did. Watch this.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time. Who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies? Only time. And who can say why your heart cries when your love lies? Only Who can say when the roads meet that love might be in your heart? And who can say when the day sleeps if the night keeps all your heart? Night keeps all your
There is absolutely, I mean, you know, I wasn't there. I choke up when I see that. You guys were there. I can only imagine what goes through your head. You think, again, how could somebody like Osama bin Laden do something like this? Now we get down to what this is all about. It is coming up on the 12th anniversary.
Correct.
The Muslims, and I'm going to use the word, have the audacity
The common denominator.
to go to Washington on September 11th to march, throwing out pamphlets, flyers, and any type of media they can to indicate that they will be 1 million strong down in Washington. How does that
Correct.
make you feel?
How does it make me feel? I read that on Facebook in June. When we said, forget that. Right away, we started a page.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
There's 364 other days. I take nothing away from the Muslims. They can march the day before, the day after.
Why?
Why? Because they destroyed a lot of lives.
All right, hold on a second. This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Muslims, just like any other religions, whether it's the Muslims, whether it's the Jews, whether it's whoever it may be, my argument with that is that you are, or the group that's upset about this is going down there condemning an entire religion based on the few that actually did this, that were Muslims. Am I wrong?
I think what he's saying.
He's
is
right.
The day they're picking to do
What
it.
I am,
the day
what
they're
I
picking
am
to do it.
saying is they used the Muslim word. They didn't say 1 million people to march to have fairness, which they wanted. they turn around. When you take the Muslim religion and it interacts with government, Sharia law, they run their government through their religion. Catholic separation of state and God, church and God, correct? Here in the United States? So when the Muslims, I blame the Muslims because they're the ones who turn around and say this is a jihad. Ali Akbar, whatever the hell the word is.
But they're going down there to march to say something back to the American people that what the hell are you condemning this entire race because somebody like
Okay.
Osama bin Laden did this?
Because,
or ordered it.
do you want to know why?
But that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Where the Americans are condemning this entire race.
How many Muslims stand up and say that is a horrible thing? The Muslim religion does not believe in killing. How many? I can count on one hand.
That was my next point.
One hand. How many times I've heard the
That's a
Muslim
good point.
leaders in the United States say, okay? They don't say anything. It's like they're afraid of the Muslim boogeyman somewhere who's going to come out, and the minute they say something, this guy's going to appear at their mosque, and that's it. They're dead. Nobody
So
says
you
anything.
answered your own question. So they're not saying that what they did was wrong in the fear of retaliation from their own people.
Correct.
But they're willing to march on Washington to say to the American people, why are you constantly condemning the many for what the few has done?
Right. Correct.
Okay, do you think that's right?
Do I think it's right?
Yeah.
No, they have to.
But I understand that. So what's happening is now you've got these bikers, supposedly 2 million, and let me tell you something. I told you before the show, I would love to be in the front of the pack as they go into Washington. All right? But what ultimately we're doing is we are going down there because the Muslims have said, hey, listen, you know what? You American people have condemned an entire race based on what a few stupid asses did. You're telling us that we cannot open up a mosque three blocks from the World Trade Center. All the Muslims that are in the United States are at fault because of what they did. We are not.
Did you do your history on this Muslim that's leading the march?
No.
He's from Kenya. He's a jihadist.
Okay.
You can look up his name and check it
But
out.
the people that are following him, are they educated or uneducated people?
I have no
They don't
idea.
let them, they don't, they keep them down.
I don't know.
That's how they keep
I-
the power.
I have
But
no
they're
idea
here
what
in the
that-
United States, so they have the opportunity of becoming educated.
Do you actually think there's going to be 1 million Muslims down there? There's only
No.
2 million in the U.S. to begin with.
And I just want to make this clear. I am not for what they're doing. I have to look at a situation and say, what is behind what they're doing, and analyze both sides of the
Well,
fence.
you also,
And that's what I try to do.
You also have to look at the hatred in those countries for us.
Brought over here.
I mean, you know, I got to
Could
tell
it be
you,
that
I have
all
a-
these
I have-
people, these million, are nothing more than the sleepers that are coming out?
I don't know.
You know what
don't
I have issues with?
I
You know,
don't know.
a million people is really not a lot. I'm sorry, a million people is really not a lot of people. So is it possible that what these people are doing down in Washington are the sleepers that are now coming out of the closet?
My opinion, what they're doing, they're just antagonistic. They're antagonizing everybody.
So what do you think the outcome
In
is
my
going to be
face.
when we go there?
The outcome's going to be, there'll probably be a lot of Harley Davidsons parked all around.
What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Muslims aren't marching.
You think that's where it's going to end? You think if they actually see, let's say, 100,000 motorcycles coming down into Washington, 4 miles outside Washington, you think they're going to say we're not marching?
Well, if we put those bikes on the route that they're marching, they're not marching.
See, now I got my. That's
a simple answer.
Hey, listen, I agree with you. I think.
And you know how bikers are. Nobody dare touch their motorcycle.
That's right.
This is true. This is true. I think that from an American standpoint, and from what my beliefs are, other than what I just said a minute ago, I think that we have to make a stance, and we have to make it, and we have to be heard that going down there, and if there's 1 million Muslims down there, well, fuck you. All right? You shouldn't be doing this on 9/11. You're absolutely right. There's
That's what we're saying.
That's
364
all I'm
other
saying.
days in the year.
You could march on the 10th. You could march on the 12th. Knock yourself out. I'll get you the permit. I know somebody in the national parks that'll get you the permit.
Yeah.
You're not marching on the 11th. The 11th should be made a national holiday or a holiday equivalent to Pearl Harbor Day.
I think it should be yeah. You know, because that's like you know, somebody mentioned to me on the way in about having Pearl Harbor Day and having the Chinese, you know, come over and do something, you know, in Pearl Harbor in that particular day. It's not right. what they're doing is wrong.
It would be like us
I
going
think
over
that-
to Hiroshima and having a celebration.
Tell me about this leader. Tell me about the leader of who's organizing this march.
I don't know his name. I was reading it before. He's a jihadist, wants Sharia law in the U.S., and he's from Kenya. So that's what I know. That's what I was reading. I was reading, not that I know. I'm telling you what I read on a post.
What I have issues with, and it never seems to get talked about, is number one, as far as I know, there's not a religion in the world that teaches murder.
No.
Okay?
No.
So it's obviously above the religion, all right? But what annoys me is now, if you are so religious, and I don't think you could be any more religious to say, I'm going to give my life.
Right.
Like these guys that went in them planes,
Right.
they knew they were going.
Right, and they're going to
So-
get 70 virgins.
No, but this is my
That's
point.
not a bad
This
deal.
is my point. If you're that religious,
Okay.
that you're going to actually go kill yourself, and you know you're going to kill yourself, so that you really can't get any more religious
Right.
than that. And your religion forbids you to be in topless bars and this and that. Why were all these guys in a topless bar the night before?
The other guy had a hooker in the hotel.
This is what I'm saying.
One of those
But
one of those
you never hear
hijackers.
about that. And like, God forbid we go over there and accidentally, friendly fire or whatever it is that somebody, it's war. It's,
Right.
it's now we're under a microscope. And when something happens over there, or what we did with these guys with the, so-called torture with the water and everything. But meanwhile, over there, they killed one of our kids, and I'll never
Right.
forget it, and they tied him to a Jeep and dragged him around.
What about the guy they hung
center
from the bridge in
until
Afghanistan?
he was disintegrated, and the
Iraq.
whole
Where was that?
town stood there cheering as they did this all night long,
Right.
dragged this guy around. But that's okay. But God forbid it's just nothing makes sense. And I don't want to say, because there's probably, most Muslims are probably decent people.
Well, yes, they are.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying the religion in
where
America doesn't go.
Where are the good?
There's some bad
Where
guys.
are the good Muslims?
Right. I agree.
Turning around and saying,
stepping out and saying, yeah.
you 50 guys going to Washington, you are not representing our religion.
I am.
Shut your mouth.
100%.
I never heard one yet.
I am 100%.
Haven't heard one yet.
I agree.
And the hotel's booked
I agree.
in Washington, so we're going. If I hear them today, too bad. I already paid for the hotel.
Well, hey, listen, we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to come right back after this commercial message. You're watching Crossfire with Tommy Maher. I'm Tom Mele. We'll be right back after this.
Like so many people, are your finances tight lately? Afraid to open your mail or even answer your phone? Well, take heart. You don't have to live like that. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you can join the thousands of folks who have used safe and effective government-insured reverse mortgages. The government-insured reverse mortgages from Long Island's Senior Reverse Network allow you to stay in your home and turn equity into tax-free cash. Our government-insured reverse mortgages can eliminate mortgage payments, credit card balances, or just improve your lifestyle. Do yourself a favor and solve these problems now. Call the Senior Reverse Network, and our advisors will answer all of your questions about our reverse mortgage programs. We've helped scores of senior Long Island homeowners like you who now enjoy a worry-free retirement. Get the financial security and peace of mind you've dreamed about. Pick up the phone and call us at the Senior Reverse Network now to set up a free consultation.
Call 1-800-985-REVERSE. That's 1-800-985-7383.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Detailing packages packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail center. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
TJ, tell me about this jacket. I want to take a picture if we can. What's her name?
Vicky?
No, the other one, the blonde.
Janine.
Janine, can we get a shot of the jacket, Janine? Tell me about this jacket. Tell me about the vest.
Like I said, it was a group of us, construction workers, sick guys that responded to Ground Zero. All the years of going down to Washington together, fighting for the Zadroga bill and fighting for the benefits and fighting Bloomberg and everybody. We always had a fight.
Now, the jacket, keep it on the jacket for a minute. The jacket, I notice, has the big insignia in the center, and then it's got a rocker on the top and a rocker on the bottom. Significance of this.
Hard hat heroes, hard hats, the guys from construction.
Which is your bottom rocker?
Bottom rocker is Ground Zero.
And the patch?
And the patch is the American flag, and it says SAC.
With the eagle.
With the eagle, it's got a picture of the Twin Towers, and it has Never Forget 9/11, Honor, Courage, Bravery, and Service.
Very cool.
You know, and under the bottom it says The Forgotten. Construction workers were
I
forgotten.
don't think anybody will ever
never
be
hear
forgotten of what took place. And we talked about before we went
He's
to
talking
commercial
about the construction workers being
about,
forgotten.
you know what? Everybody had a family member. Everybody knew somebody who knew somebody. Everybody there. I don't think there's not one person in this country who did not know somebody who knew of an individual that was
No, I'm just saying
tower.
that, like
Or-
he said,
or-
the
or
guys
went
that
in.
went in that hole were construction workers, and you never hear about them.
That's a shame.
You never hear about them.
I think
And a lot of them
like
are
that,
dead from being in that hole.
1,000 guys have died since 9/11.
since 9/11.
Not only construction, cops, firemen, but there was a lot of construction guys operating. And a good friend of mine, vice president of the club, he's got stage 4 throat cancer. I mean, that's not a good thing.
It's all from the dust. Now, are you on disability as a result of that? Can I
Total-
talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Total disability.
Obviously,
retired.
you spent a lot of time down there,
2 weeks.
and you were inhaling all of this dust and all of this debris.
Yeah, we had no masks. They told us the air was good. Christy Todd Whitman.
I want to play a video of the towers, the last moments the towers were up, so that the audience can see the kind of debris, the dust, the particles that were in the air that you guys had to inhale while being down looking for survivors and doing what you do.
The dust, it was the dust, but more important than that, it was the toxic chemicals.
Right.
PC,
the
you know
dust-
what how many PCBs that were in those transformers that exploded in the basement for the electric? Beryllium, there's a list. We fought to get cancer covered under the bill, and they had scientific things. Guys have cancers you never even heard of from these oddball chemicals that you've never even heard of that were in that building.
I was just tested for beryllium too, and I'm like, yeah, like they're gonna come knocking on my door with a sponge to tell me that
Right.
I'm contaminated.
Yeah.
Watch this clip. We'll be right back after this. This was the final moments when these towers dropped and what these guys had to endure, going in there, pulling out people that we knew, family members, fathers, mothers, daughters, grandmothers, you name it. These guys went deep into this rubble to do anything they could to get somebody out. We'll be right back.
I'm sure they clear the area. That's what they're falling. These guys bring in that big one. No, this is really nice.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Unexplainable.
You know, I was reading this article here, and it says the gathering is intended to condemn the discrimination of the Muslims following 9/11 and to urge the U.S. government to reveal the truth.
Why don't they condemn the Islamists that have hijacked their religion and are hitting us in terrorist acts under the religion? Why are they condemning the U.S. government? Why aren't they condemning the violence? That's what I was talking about in the beginning. They're going to condemn being treated like garbage, but they don't say anything to their own that are running around Ali Akbar and this, that, and the other thing, thinking they're going to get 70 virgins when they meet Allah. You know, I'll take them to Coney Island. I'll give them 70 hookers and pretend it's Allah.
They say the government to tell the truth. There's also theory that the United States orchestrated this, that Osama bin Laden couldn't possibly have pulled this off.
Look, I was 31 years in the concrete building business, building high-rises. The way that building was built were trading floors. There were no columns, so people could have full trading floors. You take out one floor, it has 4,000 PSI concrete. One floor drops onto two, two drops onto three. The building didn't go sideways, it went straight down. It's a simple engineering fact of why that building went down that way. Nobody blew up that building.
You don't think that the United States has anything to do with this?
No.
You think the United States had anything to do with blowing that plane up over Long Island?
Now, that's another story.
Okay.
I'm not.
There are theories out there, and listen, I am not defending the Muslims.
The one on Long Island?
Right, because when I see a Muslim, and I know a lot of them.
Accident.
Huh?
That was probably.
I would
a
say that
missile.
was the U.S.
Right.
government, but it was an accident.
Right.
They didn't do it on
I
purpose.
agree.
I walk into a cell phone place, and I know friends of mine that are, and the first thing that comes through my head, they had something to do with 9/11. That's never going to end. That's the way I feel. I feel that these people are over here, and I strongly feel that the people that are doing this march down in Washington, my personal feeling is that they're nothing more than a bunch of sleepers trying to make a statement.
Okay.
And I think that what you guys are doing and what the Hard Hat Heroes are doing, I think is absolutely outstanding. I told you before, I'd love to be part of it, and I would love to ride
You're
on the way
invited.
down.
You're invited.
I think that these people come over to this country with one intention. They can smile at you, with their thing on their head, and they can make like nicey. But my personal opinion is that they're all fucking sleepers.
Well-
And that sooner or later, they are going to do something to attempt to destroy the United States.
Well, once they get in the majority.
Yes, and that's what they're doing. The 7-Elevens, the buying up real estate along the railroad tracks in
The
Queens,
newspapers,
Brooklyn, and Bronx. I mean, if you look at all that real estate,
Newsstands.
the newsstands, these people are coming over by the droves. If you go to places like Gilmart and you in the New Hyde Park, you see all of these Muslims living in these houses. They're not living in this house and with the mom, the dad, and 2 kids and a dog. They're living in the house with the brother, the uncle, the sister, the cousin. There's a whole tribe in this house.
Right.
You're telling me they're over here because they want a piece of the American dream?
No.
No, they want to destroy the American
It's
dream.
not going to happen in our lifetime, but isn't the Sharia law to convert everybody to Islam?
Well, that's true.
Go out and conquer and convert, like,
So they have a task here in the United States.
My question is, if you believe in your country over there and your religion as they say so much, why do you come here?
What did I just say?
And no, this is what I've been saying all along. If you now listen, we all came here. Unless you're an American
An
Indian,
Indian,
you came.
everybody
from
came from
somewhere.
somewhere.
But when they came, and our ancestors came, the first thing they did is learn how to speak English, no matter whether it was Italian, German, Russian, whatever it was. Why, if we're such horrible people, why do they want to come here? And then, if it's so bad where you were, why do you want to come here and try to make us adapt to the way
That's a good
you
point.
didn't want to live?
Right.
That you came here to escape that, but I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. I'm in a motor vehicle. I just came from work, dressed in the construction. I had a Yankee hat on. I'm going up to get my picture taken. Before me now, there's a Muslim, and he has one of them pillbox hats on. I don't care what you are. I really don't. I'm not a prejudice. I'm not.
Pillbox hat?
Them little things, them pillbox hats. Whatever. I don't know what they
Fez
call
or
it.
something or whatever.
Whatever it is. But anyway, he goes up. He's in front of me. He goes up to get his picture taken. And the woman said, "Sir, you have to remove your hat." He says, "I'm not removing my hat." She says, "Sir, you have to remove your hat else you can't have your picture taken." He says, "This is my religion, and I am not taking my hat off." The woman allowed him to take the picture with his hat, and I stood there in total amazement, and I walked up, and I said, she goes, "Sir, you have to remove your hat." I said, "No, I don't." She goes, "Yes, you do."
Well,
I had a Yankee hat on.
that's the whole-
I said, "This is my religion. The New York Yankees is my religion. This guy could leave his hat on, but I can't."
Will they take the picture?
They took his, with me?
Yeah, they
No.
told you to take the
No
hat.
That's what
way.
I said.
No
You sure
way.
it wasn't a Mets fan?
That's what I
Well,
said.
then I could see.
That's what I said
could
before.
understand that.
Their religion is intertwined in their life, their government, their fighting, everything. It's not like if I go to war, I don't say I'm Catholic.
Right.
You're a Jew. You're a Christian. We're
Hey, if
going
you're
to
in the
war.
foxhole, you're in the foxhole.
Right.
That's my opinion
But that
of
is
what
the
this
thing
is.
that drives me crazy is why if
You know why?
that's so
Because
great,
I think
why
that
do you come here?
Americans are afraid to say something. If
Oh,
I
we
was
lay
behind that
down.
counter and I had to take the picture,
Oh.
I would have lost my job.
I hate to
All
tell
right?
you, we're not
I
afraid
went
to
nuts.
say anything.
Well,
we saw
and
their
that's good.
march and we're
Yes,
saying
I
something. We're
understand
going.
something, but let's look at it a different way. Let's assume that a Muslim that pillbox is that what you call it? Pillbox? Pillbox?
Whatever they are.
Okay. Is wearing this box.
Vicky, is that what they call the
But
pillbox?
I don't know,
that
whatever the
little-
hell it is. And I have a job. I'm working for the Department of Motor Vehicle. And I say, I'm sorry, I'm not taking that. And I lose my job over it. Is it worth it?
They'll-
The answer is no, it's not worth it.
No.
However, that's where people like you and the hard hat heroes are the people that are making the difference here in the United States. You will get on that bike. You will ride into Washington. You'll say, you know what, pal, fuck you. You are not coming here this day. All right? We're normal people that are working 9 to 5. With the it's not that they couldn't care less. They're afraid because they don't want to lose their jobs because jobs are so hard to come by.
Backyard.
None of us have jobs. We're
So
all retired sick
people
responders.
got to strap on a set of balls when they're outside the workplace.
Oh,
is
what I'm trying to say is, you know, I really have no problem if the Muslims want to live and let live, but don't antagonize us on that day.
I agree.
Too many have died since 9/11 to
As
turn
a
around and
result
say,
of 9/11.
right. So
It's a respect thing.
It's a narrow thing that we're going down there to stop. And we're going down and we're going to show our respects there. We'll stop them. And then we'll go over to the
Do
Pentagon
you
and pay our
think,
respects
what
there.
happens if controversy starts? What do you do?
What do you mean?
Let's assume that you get a few that turn into a few more, that turn into many, that turn into a lot.
One guy's got the bail money already ready.
That's when they call the
Are you willing to do that?
So be it.
Let me give you my card before you go. But no, I mean, are you really willing to do that?
What do you mean? If I step in front of somebody, I'm not going to hit anybody. If somebody puts their hands on me, I'm defending myself. I mean, if they want to walk through a line of responders from their bikes, so be it. But we're going to be shoulder to shoulder, and there's going to be no room to get through. And there's going to be a lot of us. And if they want to
And if
walk
the police
around,
come in with tear gas or something like that in order to break it up, what do you do?
you know what? We're not
They
going.
did their thing.
We're not going for trouble. We're not going
You're
to cause
going to
trouble.
make a statement.
We're going to make a statement, and they're going to get a statement. There's going to have a
I
million.
want to get into a few things because there's a lot of people out there that proclaim to be at 9/11 and are profiting, and they're bullshitters. And I want to get into that in a few minutes because I know you got something serious to say about that.
I got something
But
very serious to say
before
about
we
that.
get into that, we have one more clip that I want to play of a news conference talking about this march down to Washington. Watch this clip. We'll be right back.
Was this Judge Deneen?
With the organizers of the Million Muslim March scheduled to take place on 9/11, and Fox News contributor Lisa Daftari. Joining us is Jim Rich's former NY fire chief, New York City fire chief, and the father of firefighter Jimmy Riches, who died on 9/11. Chief, we're sorry for your loss, but I want to ask you a question. You just heard Mr. Alam and Mr. Hodge. They believe that Muslims have been victimized and made into villains since 9/11. Your thoughts?
I think it's a disgrace what they're doing, deliberately scheduling it on 9/11. I lost my son on 9/11. He's never going to come back in my house. They can go back and forth in their house. There was no mosques closed. They got to go free. They got educated. Nobody's bothering them. We miss my son every day. They were murdered by 19 Islamic terrorists, and they don't know what that pain is like. We live that every day. And for them to schedule a march on 9/11, what are they going to do next? Have a parade up and before the Boston Marathon? That's a disgrace. I was down there at 9/11. I picked up the body parts. There were 25,000 body parts. People were crushed to death, my son's body included. I took it out of there on March 25th, 2002. There's 1,000 families that have never recovered anything. They don't have a cemetery to go through. That's pain. That's persecution. We're the victims, not them. And they are allowed to live here in America and do everything that they can do.
All right. And Mr. Alam, what do you say to that?
Yes. Can I interject?
Go,
If
go.
we want to, in a civilian world, if we want to talk, please just listen. We are trying to bring and say that maybe those 19 nut job did something. We want to show respect to those family. But at the same time, we want to say the people that we are not the problem. There is a fear against us. We are not the problem for the American society.
But then why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it on 9/11?
Listen, I was born and raised in this country. We are respecting. Am I still muted? We are respecting.
Okay.
No,
Lisa,
you are on.
You know, you might feel. If you feel villainized, you feel villainized, and I know there are many peace-loving Muslims out there, and I respect.
All right, that's that. You know what? I had to shut it off because I can't even listen to that asshole.
All bullshit.
All right, because it is all bullshit. The bottom line, people, is we're going to be in Washington on 9/11. You want to bring it, bring it. Okay, we're going to be there. Let's talk about the phonies.
Well, you got a bunch of guys running around trying to make money off 9/11. They've been making a run now for the last 12 years, collecting money, going around the country, donate this, donate that, the American Legion. You got one guy down in Barnegat, New Jersey. He's made a job, a professional job of collecting money as a 9/11 hero.
And who is this prick?
Charlie Giles, okay? Big fat clown from Barnegat, New Jersey. Drove an ambulance, something like that. Turned around, put all kinds of stories on YouTube of all these crushed in the North Tower, his legs were burnt, his back, this, that, and the other thing. You know, he was saved by a Port Authority sergeant named Mike Myers. Well, finally, after a while, we started, you know, something's not right. Well, last year we turned around, we found Sergeant Myers. Sergeant Myers gave a nice little interview. It's on YouTube. I forgot what the title of it is. But if anybody wants to go to YouTube, you can look up Charlie Giles. They're all bullshit stories. He turned around and went all over the country with these YouTube videos. Everybody felt sorry for him. He got medals from the vice president, from Biden in Delaware. He got the Indianapolis 500 trip. He stands outside 7-Eleven up until 2 weeks ago. Somebody took a picture of him down in 7-Eleven collecting money under the guise of the Sons of the American Legion. How much money do you think was going to the American Legion? Okay? Well, totally blew it right out of the water, his whole big YouTube stories of being a 9/11 hero, the legs crushed.
Was he ever there?
He possibly could have been there for 2 minutes.
And then he ran?
On Murray Street, picked up somebody with a broken leg.
And that's it.
That was
so the guy's a scumbag.
Total scumbag, total. Wants to be a superhero, put out all these videos.
Why is he not prosecuted?
Well, hopefully he files by October 3rd, and he will be.
No, but even if he was collecting and didn't turn the money in, isn't...
He was caught by the Ocean County civil prosecutor. We caught him. He was fined. He told them, I collected $2,000. They said, okay, you're getting fined $2,000. It wasn't criminal yet.
Wow.
Didn't pay the money, walked out and just forgot the fine. Well, he did get caught. He did get caught. This guy was in his house.
But he's not in jail.
He was selling through the mail World Trade Center T-shirts and cement dust. He had cement dust in like little packets and certificates of authenticity. Through the mail, I mean, you know, that's one example. There's a whole list. You know, I could give you a name.
I mean, TJ, we've got a few seconds left here, and I want to do something at the end of the show.
Okay, go right ahead.
But I want to make it a point to you people out there, simply this, is that we have to depend on the government. The government tells us that this is what they're doing, that's what they're doing, and we sit back. I have made this clear time and time again on many speeches that I've said that in this country, with all the shit that's going on, unless we rally together, it is our constitutional right to do what we're doing. We're not doing anything illegal.
No.
We have the right to actually go down to Washington. We need to make it clear that, you know what, we're not going to stand by. We're not going to let this happen. And if you bastards want to come over here to the United States and you want to test us, we're all going to stand together. Charlie Daniels said it good in a song that he said, but it's the truth. Bring it. We're here and we'll send you home. You want to come here, you want to start shit, we'll send you back in a body bag. I don't care how it goes. Listen, at the end of the day, TJ, what I think you guys are doing with these hard heroes is amazing. I don't know what to say. I wish I could be part of it.
You're invited. You could
come
be part
down.
of it.
I wish I could stand up there and say how we feel. Too many people in this country are afraid to stand up. It's people like the hard hat heroes that say, you know what, fuck you, we're going to make a difference. We're going down there. And all of you people that think that you're going to stop this from happening, it's not going to. Go back to Muslim, go back to wherever you came from with your religion. We're going to stop you from marching in Washington. We're going to make it happen. And it's people like TJ and his group that's going to make that go on.
Let me give one plug. When Hard Hat Heroes started the page, other bikers from all over this country latched on. Hard Hat Heroes maybe has 60 guys. They got thousands. And they have all pulled into the page and made Hard Hat Heroes now a very big group. And there's a page, 2 million bikes to Washington, D.C. Those guys.
Oh, that's good. And you know what? And let's
So
let's
there
make
are
this
Americans that
statement.
do care.
It is our right to do that if we go down there with the understanding that we're going to be peaceful, just to make a statement and do it that way. I think we'll be okay. As a tribute to all these people that unfortunately perished in 9/11, to all the people that passed away following 9/11, for all the work. Madhouse TV would like to scroll the list of every one of the individuals that died on that day 12 years ago, 9/11. Thanks for watching Crossfire. We'll be back next week.